Hey guys, how you guys doing tonight? I got a story that I want to tell you guys. A story I want to tell you guys about when a truck driver threatened to shoot me at work. And how I came about telling this story, I forgot about it. It happened about 3 months ago. I was at work today and one of my employees said, Frank, you should talk about difficult customers we have to deal with sometime on your YouTube channel, customer complaints we get, how we get these wild stories, how we get these wild complaints. And I was like, that might not be a bad idea. And then this popped into my head. I was like, you know what? I need to tell my audience about the time the trucker threatened to shoot me. Because I think this is a great story. Guys, also, this is not my normal content. I don't know what audience this video is going to hit. So please do not subscribe to my channel from this video. I mean, if you think you like me, like my video, check out some other videos first before you consider subscribing. Because my channel is mainly about money, investing, debt, savings, things like that. This is not my normal content. So let's get into the video. So I run a travel stop, guys. I'm a travel stop general manager. I work for a company, if you ever heard of Pilot Travel Centers, TA Travel Centers. I work for a company just like that. We do business just like them. Inside convenience store, restaurants, gas pump, diesel pumps, all of that. So one day, I'm just going about my day, right? And I get called to the restaurant. They had a customer complaint. He didn't want to deal with the manager. He didn't want to deal with the assistant manager in the restaurant. He wanted to talk to me. So I go and talk to the customer. It was, I'm going to describe the customer, but I don't want to be insensitive. I don't know if they was Muslim, Indian, I have no idea, but he had the towel on his head. He had a big towel on his head. But like I said, I don't know if he was Indian, Muslim, I don't know. So what happened was he ordered a burrito in the restaurant and he wanted it veggie. And when he bit into it, it had meat on it. So, you know what? It's a mistake. It happens. It happens in food service. Bring it to our attention. We're going to fix it. We're going to make it right. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, and that's exactly what they explained to him. You know what? They apologized. The manager apologized. The crew members apologized. So we'll replace it. We'll fix it and replace it. So this gentleman said, no, he don't want it replaced. He want to talk to the manager. And he didn't want to talk to the manager that was on duty in the restaurant. He want to talk to the general manager. So they called me. I go out there. They had already explained to me what was wrong. So I walked up to the gentleman. I already knew it was wrong. So I apologized. Sir, I'm sorry. I understand you're a vegetarian. My apologies. I'm gonna make this right for you. I'll give you a refund. I'll replace it. Whatever you want me to do to fix it. How would you like for me to fix it? I said it was an honest mistake, but we'll take care of it. How would you like for me to handle this? You know what this gentleman said? He said a simple mistake. He said, would it be a mistake if I shot you? I'm like, huh? Would it be a mistake if you shot me? And he just stood there. So I walked away. I had to go collect myself. So I walked away, took a couple of seconds, and I walked back up to him and I said, sir, did I hear you correctly? Did you say, would it be a mistake if you shot me? He said, yeah, that's what I said. So his English wasn't that good. I don't care what anybody say, guys. In these travel stops, I'm just a proponent. If you are living in the U.S., you're doing business in the U.S., you're driving trucks in the U.S., you should speak English. If I was to go to Mexico or any other country, I would have taken it upon myself to learn their language so they can understand me. And that was the issue. It was the language barrier. So, but I could understand him because I was up close to him. It was just me and him, and I could decipher the words to understand them. So I said, I'll tell you what, sir. You can leave. I'm not giving you a refund. We're not remaking the food. You just sit here and threaten me so you can just leave the premises. So he goes and calls our customer service line for customer complaints. So he gets off the phone with them, and then they call me. Then I get a phone call about 2 minutes later, Frank line 1 customer service on the line. I get on the line. So I immediately told the customer service rep for customer complaints, I said, you know what? I asked the gentleman to leave. The gentleman threatened me. They said, really? I said, he didn't mention that, did he? They said, nope, he didn't mention that. I said, he threatened me. He looked me right in my face and said, if he shot me, would that be a mistake? Because I told him, sorry, it was a mistake. We'll take care of it, give you a refund, plus remake it. They said, really? Okay. Well, you can let him know that we'll call him back and he needs to leave the premises. So they called him and told him, and then he admitted to saying that to me. And then he left. When he got in his semi and left. But I was so shocked at that. I was like, I've been threatened before. Man, this travel stop business, you get some characters in there. You get some characters. And I probably should have called the police. But it was only me and him in the dining room of the restaurant. So it could have been his word against mine. But I could not believe this dude actually threatened me over a damn burrito. Threatened to shoot me over a damn burrito. I was like, what? And I really had to hold my cool, guys. I really had to hold my cool. I really had to. I can't believe this dude just threatened to shoot me over a burrito. But guys, he said it he was so calm. Because, and like I said, I don't know if he was Indian, Muslim, but let me tell you, like the look was on his face. You remember the guy, the Indian or Muslim guy that had the accident in Florida in the semi. When the van, he was doing an illegal U-turn, and the van went under the truck and killed all 3 of the individuals, right? That's how he looked. When that guy on the video of that accident, when that guy looked back when he heard the impact with no emotion, that's exactly how this gentleman looked at me when he said that. He looked at me with no emotion. No emotion whatsoever. When he said that, how would me shooting you be a mistake? When he said that, it was with no emotion whatsoever. None. Zero. Zilch. I was in complete shock. But he ended up leaving, and it didn't escalate any further than that. But I was absolutely stunned that this gentleman actually said, would it be a mistake if I shot you? That was nuts. Yeah, I wanted to tell that quick story. Guys, I've been in this industry for 16 years, running travel stops. And I've come across some characters in those 16 years. Mostly good people. Most of them are good people. Most truck drivers, semi-drivers, men, women are great people. But I've run into some dickheads before in my career. So yeah, guys, just wanted to pass this video on to you guys. Like I said, this is not my normal content. So if you like me or dig my content, just please check out some of my other videos before you consider subscribing. with that, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate the support. This is Frank, and I'm out of here.